Recording? Yes. Hi guys, it's Cody Helmer. Tonight's video meeting team call is pre-recorded. I know, wah. Sorry. We have a horrible flu bug going through the house, and I wasn't sure that I was going to be available to do a live call. So, but I didn't want to miss this opportunity to talk to you tonight because I was asked to share my personal health testimony and also my favorite business tips. So I was really excited to do this call. I didn't want to miss it. So if you're here and you're watching this pre-recorded video team call, welcome. Thank you for coming. Hopefully I inspire and motivate and encourage you. So first I want to take a moment and admire this wall behind me. I worked really hard on it today. I just want to show you, I hung all of my certificates. I've got my silver, gold, senior gold, ruby, but I want you to take note of this empty space right here. Okay, I am a firm believer in you bring about what you think about, and I am thinking about filling that space with a senior ruby certificate. Now I'm not sharing my wall with you to brag. I'm sharing my wall with you because if I can do this business and be successful, you can do this business and be successful. This is super exciting. I love that we all have the same, we're all on the same playing field, okay? We all have the same opportunity in front of us. Now listen, I have been a stay-at-home mom for almost 13 years. Yes, what the world? I almost have a teenager. And I have lived and suffered from paralyzing anxiety my entire life. My whole life. And I'm doing it. I mean, I am doing it. And you can too, you guys. It's just a decision. That's all it is. It's a decision. So I guess I'll just start with my health testimony and just kind of roll it into a business. My baby's still up. So I started being medicated for severe anxiety very, very young. I've been medicated my whole life. I've tried a lot of medications, therapists, doctors, therapies, therapy, whatever. I've done it. I've tried it. Now, my anxiety grew as I grew. About the time I hit 6th grade, I became so fearful of choking that I stopped eating. I stopped eating solid foods. I was hospitalized. I was on a liquid diet for between 6 and 8 months. And my anxiety just progressively got worse as I got older and had more responsibilities and had to do things like go to the grocery store or go to the doctor when I became pregnant, or when my kids were in school, I had to go to the school and sign them up. All that stuff was really hard for me, and it took a toll. It took a toll on my body. I was having severe panic attacks. I was in the hospital on average, I would say a good year, probably 4 times, with severe panic attacks and stomach pains. Oh, God. My anxiety was absolutely out of control, you guys. I had been diagnosed, by the time I hit my mid to late 20s, I had been diagnosed with obsessive compulsive disorder, depression, manic depression, generalized anxiety disorder, a post-traumatic stress disorder, if I didn't say that already. I was a mess, and my anxiety caused severe insomnia. They describe it in therapy as like a record playing over and over and over again, and that's what I would do every night until the birds would chirp. I would analyze any and every situation throughout the day. So something simple, like if I could make it to the grocery store, if a cashier at the grocery store said, "Did you find everything okay?" I would at night, I would think about that, and I would analyze what she said and how she said it and her tone of voice when she said it, and like, what did she mean by that? And like, did my groceries appear like I didn't find everything okay? Like, I know it sounds so crazy, but I was a hot mess, and I would analyze that for hours. So my insomnia was really, really bad. I was medicated for that too, and those sleeping meds, you guys, those are just no good. If they worked, they had some seriously crazy, scary side effects. So do anxiety and depression meds. Anyway, so my anxiety also caused severe IBS-D. Now, the D stands for diarrhea, okay? I had a colonoscopy around 2010 to rule out serious disease or illness that was causing my issues, and everything was fine. My specialist said my IBS was all coming from my anxiety, and my anxiety wasn't going nowhere, so it was just something I needed to deal with, and he recommended I take up to 16 Imodium AD pills a day. And that's what I was taking when I found plexus. And I was also taking medication for my restless leg syndrome, my anxiety and depression meds. I was testing my blood sugar 4 times a day. I was in a really bad place when I found plexus. I actually had just 4 months before I seen Fallon's post on Facebook, I had Manny. So I was 4 months postpartum. I was at my absolute heaviest. I was so upset about my weight, you guys. And I have tried a lot of different things. Now, I've tried the shakes and the reps and the this and the that, and none of that worked. Okay, it was either impossible to stick with or it didn't work at all. So I seen Fallon post on Facebook about her pink drink, and I am over here fat and miserable and exhausted and and in a bad place. And Fallon posts on Facebook her skinny little self cleaning her bathroom with her pink drink, and I'm thinking, what the world is this crazy lady drinking? Because I am a hot mess over here and I need that. So I reached out to Fallon and asked her what it was and what it was all about, and I did a little research, and I got a little excited. I'm not gonna lie. I thought, this doesn't sound like anything that I've tried before, and I got excited. So I made a decision that I was gonna try this, and I wasn't gonna quit. Now, this was huge for me because I'm gonna be honest and tell you that my anxiety has really prevented me or held me back from finishing anything in my life ever. And that is 100% honest. I've never finished anything in my life. And I decided I was in such a bad place, I am going to try this and I'm not going to quit. So that was huge for me in itself. So I reached out to Fallon. She gave me some info. We were broke, and I took the money from our grocery budget, and my husband was all like, what the world? But I did it anyway because I was desperate for something to help me feel better. And he loves me, so he didn't say anything. But so anyway, I was doing the plexus. I was at my 2-week mark. Now, I'm one of those people. Now, I'm going to be totally honest. We're friends. We're friends here. I am one of those people who will weigh themselves and then get in the shower and then weigh themselves again and hope that it's less. You know what I'm saying? And so I weighed myself at 2 weeks, and I was thinking, oh my God. I'd held off for a few days, and I'm thinking, I'm going to lose some weight because I was feeling good. And when I stepped on that scale and hadn't lost an ounce, I like to have died. I thought, what is going on now? I am sleeping better. I'm feeling more awake. I'm getting excited. My pants aren't as tight. My muffin top I'm not looking like a soup sandwich, but I hadn't lost an ounce, and I was so upset. I was so discouraged. But I stuck with it because I said, no, I made that decision, right? I'm not going to quit. I'm going to finish this month out, but I'm looking at Fallon like this. But by the time I hit my 1 month mark, I was down something crazy like 10 or 12 pounds by my 1 month. Now I went from 2 weeks to nothing to 4 weeks to something, and I was excited. So, and I was sleeping better. I wasn't craving sugar. Now before, let me tell you, I was having a bowl of cereal, at least a bowl of cereal every single night before bed. But my favorite snack before bed was Oreos and milk. Every night, Oreos and milk. Chris, I would make this, I would make a homemade peach cobbler, and Chris and I would kill that peach cobbler before bed, right? That wasn't happening anymore. I wasn't needing the sweets before I went to bed. So I was excited, and I was down some weight, and I'm feeling great. And so I messaged Fallon, and I was like, I don't know what we're doing, girl, but we're doing it. And so we scheduled a launch party. She hadn't had one yet. Now, she had been doing this for a long time, but she hadn't had a launch party. I was like, let's do a launch party. So we did a launch party, and now she doesn't know this story. And if you joined my team during my launch party, you're going to get a kick out of this. So we did the launch party, and it was an absolute success. We gave out these pink blingy water bottles during the launch party to anybody who joined. So after the launch party, it was my job to mail the water bottles out. And guess who has never stepped foot in a post office before? This girl. You guys, was I fearful when I started my Plexus business? You betcha. I couldn't even go to the mailbox without having diarrhea, you guys. So here I am, terrified, standing in the post office, right, with this box full of pink water bottles. I like to have died. I was like, I know I was white as a ghost. I'm sweating. I had no idea what I was doing. I had no packing materials. I just had a box full of water bottles. So this guy comes up to me, and I probably looked like a crazy person. And he comes up to me and he asks if I needed help. And yeah. So he helps me pack things up. And I did the whole thing, and I shipped the water bottles, and I got the heck out of Dodge. Okay. So about a week later, I needed to send off some samples. And I was still terrified, but I felt a little better. Like, I at least know how to get to the post office. So I get to the post office, and I get in there. Now, we know a stick of Slim is about this big, okay? But I still didn't know what I was doing. So I did what we did last time. I got these big, giant bubble mailers, and I put my little stick of Slim in them big, giant bubble mailers, because that's all I knew what to do. And I got my box full of my samples in my bubble mailers, and I'm standing in the line ready to send these samples out, right? And the same guy that helped me last time, now he's the postmaster. I didn't know this then, but we know each other now. So he comes out, and he's kind of, walking around and doing his thing, and he looks over and he points his finger at me, and he says, "Look at you! You're like a professional now." I stood a little taller, and I thought, yeah, I'm a professional now, right? It made me feel so good. So I mailed those off, and the moral of that story is, you guys, we're all fearful. I don't want you to think that I started this business like, oh, this is a piece of cake. I'm going to just do this. You guys, it was so hard. It was so hard for me. But you can do it. Listen, courage is not the absence of fear. It's not the absence of fear. It's action in spite of fear. Okay? So you do it anyway. You're still scared. You just do it anyway. Okay? So, what are you afraid of? What is holding you back? Everything you want is on the other side of fear. So what's holding you back? What are you scared of? Now let's talk a little bit about the most common fears in multi-level marketing. What about the fear of rejection? Nobody likes to be told no, right? So what if someone tells you no? What if someone says no to you? You just move on to the next person. No is not a reflection of anything that you've done. Now, you're responsible for the effort, not the outcome. And if you shared Plexus with those people because you're loving these products and you think that it can help them, then you did a good job. You did everything right. But if they don't take it, that's not your problem. That's their problem, right? So you just move on to the next person. You're responsible for the effort, not the outcome. So what about, what's the next one? Maybe failure. Are you scared of failing? Failure is an event. It is not a definition. It is not a definition of who you are, okay? The most successful people in the world have failed before. It's okay. You're responsible for the effort, not the outcome. Did you try? Are you willing to try? What about the fear of success? Now that sounds silly, right? Because we all want to be successful. A lot of people are scared of success and they don't even know it. What about, think of an example. What if you think, if I become a diamond in this business in Plexus and I'm earning a 6-figure income, my family members are going to want to borrow money from me? Or what if people think that if I have money and I'm successful, they don't want to be my friend anymore, they don't like me anymore? You're self-sabotaging with that negative self-talk. People will subconsciously derail their entire business because they're afraid of success. So what are you afraid of? You got to ask yourself, what is holding you back? If you're putting in the work, and by putting in the work, I mean you're contacting new people, you're posting on Facebook, you're staying consistent, because consistency is the absolute key. I mean, consistency and follow-ups are like right here, side by side. Important. So if you're putting forth the work and your business isn't growing, you're scared. Okay? What are you scared of? What are you scared of? It's a decision. You have to make the decision. So here's what I want you to do, okay? I want you to get a pen and paper, and I want you to write down what you're afraid of. What are you scared of? We all have different fears, all right? So write down whatever you think is holding you back, whatever you think that you're afraid of. And then I want you to write down your why. Why are you doing Plexus? Why are you in this business? Why did you sign up? Do you want to just get your products for free? Do you want to earn a significant income? Do you want to get out of debt? Do you want financial freedom? Do you just want to prove to yourself that you can? Whatever your why is, write it down. And then you have a decision to make, okay? Is your why, or is your desire to be successful in this business, is it greater than your fear? Is it greater than your fear? And if your answer is yes to that question, I want you to make yourself a spot on your wall for your next promotion certificate, because you are going to get it. It's a decision. You have to decide that your desire to be successful in this business is greater than your fear, whatever it is. Now, I don't mean your fears are just going to magically float away. That's not what I'm saying. But if your desire to be successful is greater than your fear, you're gonna do it anyway. Just like I want you to picture little Cody standing in the post office about to cry, holding a box of pink water bottles, okay? Because that's you. You have to do it, and you will. If you decide that your want to be successful is greater than your fear, you're going to do it, and you're going to succeed, okay? Don't self-sabotage. Don't. If I can do this, you can do this, okay? Now listen, I have kept 24 pounds off now for 9 months. I'm at my 10-month anniversary-ish. I am off all my medications. I just use Plexus. I mean, no RLS meds, no IBS meds, no anxiety and depression meds. Just the fact that I'm on this call and I've done a lot of calls with you guys is huge for me. And it all started with a decision. It was a decision to give a really awesome line of natural health products a try. It was a decision that I was gonna do this and I wasn't gonna quit, because we know that what separates the successful people in this business from the people who aren't successful is the successful people didn't quit. That's it. You are in the right place. You have the right products. You just have a decision to make. So, is your desire to be successful in this business greater than your fear? That's all I wanted to share with you tonight, and I hope that you took something from this. I hope that I motivated and encouraged you. I love you all so much. It is an honor to be working with you guys, and that's it. You can do it. You guys are all rock stars. You can do this. You just have to make a decision. It all starts with a choice. Night, guys.